It is and was a catastrophic mistake for the inhabitants of the earth to bet against the Lord. You did not accept me as king because you did not respect and revere the Lord enough. And that mistake is far worse than you think. Psalm 37. Do not fret because of those who are evil, or be envious of those who do wrong. For like the grass, they will soon wither. Like green plants, they will soon die away. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. And so we think about the possibility of the Garden of Eden on earth. Okay, the earth passes away when I die because there is no life on the earth anymore. No spiritual life. The wicked go down to the realm of the dead, all the nations that forget God. So what are they talking about here when they say, like the grass, they will soon wither. Like green plants, they will soon die away. So it says, do not fret because of those who are evil, or be envious of those who do wrong. So good is compared to vegetation, plant life. Think the jungle, the woods, okay, where there's a lot of animals, a lot of plant life, more animals than in the desert. Okay. So we go down to Luke 23. Jesus turned and said to them, daughters of Jerusalem, do not weep for me, weep for yourselves and for your children. For the time will come when you say, blessed are the childless women, the wombs that never bore, and the breasts that never nursed. Then they will say to the hills, fall on us. Then they will say to the mountains, fall on us, and to the hills, cover us. For if people do these things when the tree is green, what will happen when it is dry? Remember, Set is a deity of deserts, confusion, sexual immorality, the principles of evil, etc. Horus is a deity of the sky law, justice, love, all the principles of good, and the vegetation, the jungle, right? Biafra, Nigeria, sub-Saharan Africa, where the vegetation is, okay? But specifically the heart of it, which is Igbo land in Nigeria. So what Jesus is referring to is people are becoming more and more evil as time goes on. That's what the mark of the beast is about in the Bible as well, where they say no one can buy or sell unless they accept the mark of the beast. Some of you wonder, hey, doesn't that mean that they're going to die? Yes. Okay, I'm the last righteous person left. No one obeys God through me. My parents are blameless. Okay, people are spiritually dying, and people are accepting being hooked to a machine and the gay agenda, okay, to live, right? It's in Isaiah, it's in Deuteronomy. They say these people are from the vine of Sodom and Gomorrah, the synagogue of Satan. That's what the Bible says. Okay, the LGBT community doesn't like it. Well, it's written in the Bible. Okay, that's not the same as hate speech. Okay, so what's going on now? There's a massive LGBT agenda. It is all the governing class, the right, left, and the middle. No one who has $1 million or more isn't part of the no, everyone who has $1 million or more is part of the LGBT community. Okay, big time. Frat, run, big time. Okay, it's a long story why that is. Has to do with Hollywood, fashion, politics. Okay, the churches, the Boy Scouts, the prisons, the military, and go on and on. But they all run the show now, and there's no life. Gay love, eros, is pagan, evil love. It is not true love. Okay, derived from justice, Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, and that's not something to joke with. That's something that's true. Okay, take delight in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will do this. He will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, and your vindication like the noonday sun. Notice the connection between the sun and the plants. Malachi, the sun of righteousness. Okay, the waves crashing on the beach. Okay, symbolizing righteousness. Okay, I believe it's Isaiah, and so on and so forth. These people don't understand when Jesus says, to the mountains fall on us, the hills cover us, what have you. He's talking about Hosea 10. Sow righteousness for yourself. You should have revered the Lord. You'd have a king. Without a king, there isn't righteousness. The king is like the son, the one, okay, the son of God, the son, the king of kings, right? Son of David, son of God. If you were God's son, you would do what a son of God would do. If you were Abraham's children, you would do what Abraham's children would do. But you're the children of the devil, so you do what the synagogue of Satan and Sodom and Gomorrah and Babylon and the Jews that worship Baal would do. You are the children of Sodom and Gomorrah. You're not the children of Israel. As far as what the Bible's referring to and worshiping the one true God, not a moon god or something, okay, I'm the only child of Israel. My parents, have earned that as well. But I'm the only true child because I'm doing what the righteous would do. All right. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. Refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret. It only leads to evil. For those who are evil will be destroyed, but those who hope in the Lord will inherit the land. They're talking about the promised land and the afterlife. Okay, it takes a fool to look at this situation and think they're talking about Earth. Earth might be destroyed one day by a solar flare or Lord knows what. So it's stupid to think that they're going to dwell on Earth forever and ever. And the Revelation says the Earth will pass away. Okay, 10. A little while, and the wicked will be no more. Though you look for them, they will not be found. But the meek will inherit the land and enjoy peace and prosperity. The wicked plot against the righteous and gnash their teeth at them. But the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their day is coming. Just like in Psalm 2, the Lord scoffs at the wicked. Here we are in Psalm 37, 13. The Lord laughs at the wicked and knows their day is coming. So they act like weird, crazy, LGBT serial killers or something. People in cults, conservatives, lost their mind, white supremacists, cult of the flesh, fools, and patriotic idiots. Instead of putting God first, just morons. You see the stupidity they say in their groups and their propaganda. It's utter rubbish. You know what I'm saying? God laughs at them and says, why do you conspire? Why do you plot in vain? You are not the chosen people. Okay? God didn't choose the white race. God chose righteousness, and you are damning your race by what you're doing. Okay, 14. The wicked draw the sword and bend the bow to bring down the poor and needy, to slay those whose ways are upright. But their swords will pierce their own hearts, and their bows will be broken. Better the righteous have than the wealth of many wicked. For the power of the wicked will be broken, but the Lord upholds the righteous. The blameless spend their days under the Lord's care, and their inheritance will be forever. In times of disaster they will not wither. In days of famine they will enjoy plenty. Okay, so, the tree withers, the tree goes dry. Okay, the plants wither. They're talking about righteousness. The righteous do not wither. God upholds them. Okay, they transform when they die into something else. It's kind of like if you work out, you transform into something else. It's kind of like if you forge gold, you turned it, you purify gold, you turn it into something else. God purifies the righteous and brings them to him. Okay. Where was I here? When you think about it that way, it's hard to miss that I'm right. In days of famine, they'll enjoy it. But the wicked will perish, though the Lord's enemies are like flowers of the field. They will be consumed. They will go up in smoke. The wicked borrow and do not repay, but the righteous are generous. The righteous give generously. Those the Lord blesses will inherit the land, but those he curses will be destroyed. Can you imagine people watching this video and saying, hey, there's something wrong with them? Obviously, I'm being fumed. Imagine people pretending that the government doesn't have the technology to fume me remotely. It's fucking retarded. Drone strikes, put a man on the moon, but that couldn't be a possibility. All the MK Ultra research, which was about mind control and mind controls of individuals and groups, and they think that, it's impossible that they're hooked to a machine with technology and substances and frequencies or whatever, however they're doing it remotely. Okay, it's fucking ridiculous. I know for sure they're hooked to a machine. They're hooked to a series of supercomputers, and they are controlling their actions at critical moments, especially, when they control their sexual orientation. Why are so many people gay and accepting the gay agenda? It's a mix of coercion and technology and materials and substance-based control. Okay, anyway, where was I? All right. Those the Lord blesses will inherit the land, but those he curses will be destroyed. The Lord makes the steps of the one who delights in him. The Lord makes firm the steps of the ones he delights in. Okay, I'm going to do this in two parts. I don't usually do this. Curses on those who interfered with God's work. Curses on everyone who doesn't obey God through me. Read Hosea 10, read Psalm 37, read Psalm 2. Okay, Luke 23. Okay, it is forbidden. It is strictly, extremely forbidden to have children. Those who have children under the age of 5 are extremely detested by God. There's no excuse for that. This kind of gay agenda, this technology-based insanity has been going on for probably about 10 years, obviously now. It's been going on for quite some time. There's no excuse for the last 5 years. No excuse for you having sex recklessly enough to have children. That's pathetic. It's disgusting. It's horrible. You people are monsters for that. I can't respect it all. So this is the second part. I'm going to shoot through this last half of this chapter, Psalm 37. The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him. Though he may stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord upholds him with his hand. I was young and now I am old, yet I have never seen the righteous forsaken or their children begging bread. What they're referring to is, Jesus, the bread in the body, the bread from heaven. Okay, they are always generous and lend freely. Their children will be a blessing. Turn from evil and do good, then you will dwell in the land forever. For the Lord loves the just and will not forsake his faithful ones. Wrongdoers will be completely destroyed. The offspring of the wicked will perish. Again, I cite this a lot as a proof. 28, for the Lord loves the just and will not forsake his faithful ones. Wrongdoers will be completely destroyed, and the offspring of the wicked will perish. Okay, so this is what it means in Luke 23. Jesus is crucified. Okay, one of the last things he says, okay, is blessed are the childless women, the breasts that never nursed and wombs that never bore. Okay, it says the time will come. We are there times infinity. If you don't know that, you are severely mentally ill. Okay, and you're hooked to the machine more than most. Because I can imagine by the way people look and the way they dress, they know now is not the time to reproduce. It is over. This is the end of the world as you know it, the end of righteousness and the possibility to connect to God. The prayers of the wicked are detestable to God. The arrogant cannot stand in his presence. They cannot summon God's presence. They are just scum. Okay. The righteous will inherit the land and dwell in it forever. The mouths of the righteous utter wisdom, and their tongues speak what is just. The law of their God is in their hearts. Their feet do not slip. The wicked lie in wait for the righteous, intent on putting them to death. But the Lord will not leave them in the power of the wicked. Let them be condemned when brought to trial. Obviously, Christians were killed. And Jesus and Peter and John the Baptist and Stephen and all these disciples and so on and so forth. Okay, they're basically all killed, except for one, as the story goes. And then, the Romans persecuted the Christians. So if you think, how could this be spiritual? It could only mean it spiritually. Okay, obviously, God lets people die. Jesus is a symbol of God letting them die physically, but God doesn't let them die spiritually. Okay, this will all be sorted out, and people will suffer forever. Okay, and you know it because of people like me, are far greater than other people. I'm the top martial artist ever. They're just some kind of businessman bitch trying to pretend they're superior, benefiting from the sabotage in their minds, on their way to hell, condemning them and their offspring, and the more offspring they have every generation, the more they're going to suffer, the more their forefathers are going to suffer in the afterlife for continuing this thing. Because their sins against God include every generation they have, especially after I die. Okay, if they did not obey God and they cannot obey God after I die, there's no valid king because their ancestors, their forefathers did not revere the Lord. Hosea 10. Anyway, the wicked lie in wait. Okay, look why and wait for the righteous intent on putting them to death, but the Lord will not leave them in the power of the wicked, let them be condemned when brought to trial. Hope in the Lord and keep his way. He will exalt you to inherit the land. When the wicked are destroyed, you will see it. I've seen a wicked and ruthless man flourishing like a luxuriant native tree, but he soon passed away and was no more. Though I looked for him, he could not be found. Consider the blameless, observe the upright. A future awaits those who seek peace. But all sinners will be destroyed. There will be destroyed. There will bend future for the wicked. There will be no future for the wicked. The salvation of the righteous comes from the Lord. He is their stronghold in times of trouble. The Lord upholds them and delivers them. He delivers them from the wicked and saves them.